So, do people here understand what a vice president does?
First of all, I would like to acknowledge that was by far one of the most heated parts of the debate, and if you couldn't tell from how I was looking around, there were a lot of people yelling a lot of things in my ear at the time. It was getting hard to concentrate and think straight and figure out how to articulate this. I also found it interesting where he decided to cut off that clip because I answered Tulsi's question and we both agreed, we came to an agreement. Anyway, the thing that I was trying to articulate that I couldn't during our conversation was that it's not inflation that's killing us. It's corporate greed. And what I meant by it's a global issue is when we talk about inflation started, we all know, there's no debate here. Inflation was caused by COVID, right? And since the Biden-Harris administration took office, they have brought inflation down to 2.4% last time I checked, which was literally 2 days ago, which is better than any other economy, large country with a large economy. That's actually incredibly impressive, I think. And it's not inflation. It's not like inflation that's causing everything to be so expensive anymore. It is corporate greed. The reason why houses cost so much right now is because companies like Zillow and giant corporations on Wall Street are buying up all of the single family homes. They're buying them so that normal people can't, and it's jacking the prices up, and there's tax incentives for it, which is why Kamala Harris wants to get rid of the tax loophole that allows them to benefit from buying these homes. The reason why our grocery prices are so high, it's the fact that these corporations like Kellogg's and all of those have realized that we are willing to pay more if we have to because they have monopolies on everything and they're keeping the prices high, which is why Kamala Harris wants to put a cap on grocery prices. She wants to limit the ability to raise grocery prices. That was what I was trying to explain, but I didn't get to because I got cut off and everyone was yelling in my ear. Which is why on the economy, if you care about the economy, you should vote for Kamala Harris. Her tax plan she wants to give tax breaks to over 100 million Americans in the middle and lower classes. Anybody making over $400,000 is not going to see an increase in their taxes. She's promised that. She wants to make housing more affordable. She wants to cap grocery costs. She wants to cap the cost of insulin to $35. She wants to raise the minimum wage. If you are going to argue about the economy and that's going to be your thing, you want this to all feel better, Kamala Harris is your candidate. Donald Trump wants to implement tariffs, which would on average increase our costs, our middle class cost, an extra $4,000 a year. And he just wants to help out his buddies at these companies like Zillow, like Kellogg's, and give them major tax breaks. Also, his plan to implement tariffs, part of the reason why we are still suffering is also because we are still living under Donald Trump's tax plan. His tax plan expires in 2025. We are still living under the only major piece of legislation that he passed his entire time in office, even when he had a majority in Congress and the Senate. The only major piece of legislation that he was able to pass was his tax bill, which we are suffering because of. So, yes, it's the economy, stupid, but no, it's not inflation. It's corporate greed.